TitleMatchNetwork.com.
How's your early matches with Mr.Fuji? Was he kind of tough? I mean, everybody hears the Fuji reputation with the ribs. Did he pull any ribs on you early when you were young?
No, I was good. I lucked out with the ribs. I stayed away from the ribbers. Fuji was a great guy. He was a fun guy, and the ring he was great. You just had to be careful in the dressing room, like you couldn't fall asleep.
Right. He never cooked you any barbecue, did he?
I had dinner at his house once. That was a classic.
What did he serve?
If you fell asleep in the dressing room, he'd lay tape over your shoe and light it.
Really?
So it would be like a giant hot foot if you were sleeping. But the thing with Fuji was, if he did a rib, all you could do was laugh and forget it. Because if you ribbed him,
it's on.
Then the shit's on. Then he'd re-rib. And you didn't want to get into that.
What was the worst one you ever seen him do?
God, you know what? I don't know. Probably lighting the guy's foot on fire is probably the worst one. But it wasn't serious ribs. You know, it was a little harmless ribs. The best night I had with Fuji and the professor, Fuji invites us to his house one night for a dinner. I don't know what wife he had then or what. They were in some kind of an argument, so we went in the kitchen, we're talking, and he's going, oh, God, the dumb bitch. And, I opened the freezer to get something. Inside the freezer, there's this little poodle. The poodle's like shivering because Fuji hates her poodle and was trying to get rid of it. So he had the poodle shoved in the freezer. So we go out to sit at the table, and Fuji's sitting there, and out comes his wife with this big glass bowl of salad, dumps it over his head, lettuce and tomatoes everywhere. Fuji's just kind of sitting there with this thing under his head saying stuff like, well, party over, you all leave now. When the thing was over, he just told you to leave, and you all left. Right. So we figured, okay, good night. We all left. So later that night, me and Jack Evans are sitting in my pad, and we're laughing about this scene that happened, and all of a sudden we hear this loud screaming and this like clip-clop sound, you know, flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop. Outside, and I open the thing, I'm looking out the sliding doors, and here comes like this 300-pound lady in a white nightgown, flowing in the wind, running. I mean, a big fat lady screaming. And then I hear this flip-flop sound, and right behind her is Professor Tanaka in shorts wearing flip-flops, and he's chasing her, shooting her in the ass with a BB pistol. And then, I don't know what they went berserk, but then the next day, after we saw Fuji the next morning, me and Korea, he's got a big gash down his face where the wife took the high heel. So they must have had a hell of a fight after the poodle freezing incident.
Who in that WWF era back then in the late 70s, 80s, who was the locker room troublemaker that nobody respected?
Troublemaker?
Is it true Lou Albano would get fired every TV?
No, he got fired every week. You know, there really wasn't any troublemakers, you know, for the boys. Yeah, there really wasn't any troublemakers. I mean, I don't know what you mean by troublemakers.
Like somebody who wasn't respected or shot his mouth off and...
Not really. I mean, the guys that were kind of like goofs. Right. Guys like Putski was kind of a goof. I mean, one time I was sitting there playing poker. Most guys were really cool. We had a great time. And if some guy was a goof, we would cut him off. So he wouldn't bother us, and the goofs weren't the tough guys, thank God.
TitleMatchNetwork.com.